I've been using PayPal since before it was PayPal. I used to use the service for transferring money back and forth when it was X.com. I go way back. And PayPal is not perfect. It was acquired by eBay after they realized, if you can't beat them, join them, or just pull them in. That's exactly what happened. eBay as a service, in terms of getting goods and services transferred back and forth, PayPal is the easiest way to facilitate that transaction. I didn't use PayPal because of eBay. In fact, I've not really used eBay all that much since its inception. But you've got to understand a few things about PayPal, and I'm very grateful that Eddie Ringel, one of our authors on LockerGnome.com, has spoken with a law student about the PayPal user agreement. And I wanted to cover a few points. If you want to refer to these points and pass them along to other people who think PayPal is the bee's knees without understanding these points, the link, of course, is in the show notes. And I'm just going to read directly from the article here. According to Article 10.3 in the user agreement, PayPal has sole discretion to decide if you have violated anything. That basically means if the company claims that you've broken a rule, disrupting it really won't help you, and it doesn't feel like giving you a chance, it won't. It's all up to PayPal. That's not really cool. And you could try complaining on Twitter. It may not get you very far because there are a lot of people who use PayPal and complain on Twitter. PayPal can block your account for 180 days at its sole discretion, which means if you have a stockpile of money in PayPal, because it's convenient for you, you can get locked out. You can be frozen out of funds. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. In an instant, Eddie writes, you could find yourself without access to your PayPal account, which could mean you are left without a means to afford necessities. Using PayPal as your primary, bank, even though it's not really a bank, is a dumb idea. PayPal can augment what you already have in your financial array. If you have any type of money management systems in place. PayPal can close your account at any time, and the consequences of this are a bit more intense than, just getting suspended for 180 days, because that's permanent. If PayPal is your means of living, if you use PayPal in any capacity in the services that it provides, or if you have your money locked up in it, if you get your regular income through PayPal, that's really putting you in a very precarious position. PayPal can shut you down. And there's nothing you can do about it, dude. It's probably happened to someone in our community. I would not be shocked. I've heard PayPal nightmare stories. I've had certain issues with customer service. I've been lucky enough to navigate those waters without too much hassle. But, you may not be so lucky. At PayPal's discretion, this was a new one to me, it can charge you $2,500 or $2,500 for violating any of its rules or any part of its agreements with you. It's like getting fined a ticket for breaking some weird law from the 1800s you never knew about. And again, there's nothing you can do. You could get fined if you're not, in line. The chances are, I wouldn't say slim or minuscule, but they're certainly possible that you could get hit with a $2,500 fine from PayPal if you violate their terms of service. If PayPal believes you are a risk, it can lock out your account. And the worst part, that risk is not defined in the agreement. So you have to be wary of every single step you take with PayPal. Another point we bring up, if you have a dispute with PayPal and improperly file it, PayPal can claim $1,000. And it's scary to think that while you're trying to reclaim lost money, you could lose even more. And you can say to yourself, why is PayPal able to do this? Why are they able to get away with it? Because they can. People use them. The good news is Google has a pretty darn good alternative with Google Checkout, or Google Wallet, I think is what they're calling it now. There's a decent alternative for transferring money back and forth in a digital capacity. Banks are becoming more and more digital savvy with every passing day. There are different means to have kind of things, money go and flow, so just general things. But PayPal is kind of ubiquitous. Like I use PayPal. I use it all the time because it's easy, it's convenient. And nothing else has come close to that level of convenience that PayPal offers. It's not necessarily the cheapest service in town, it's just that a lot of people have PayPal. So why wouldn't I have PayPal, right? This is something you got to pay attention to. There was a news bit that broke this morning. We also covered this in a separate article on Locker Gnome today with Regretzy. They effectively froze them out of their account and gave them some just wild accusations and really unfounded. I would say unfounded accusations. They were essentially telling Regretzy that they were violating the terms of service when in fact they really weren't. PayPal kind of had said you could do this when you couldn't, or couldn't do this when you could. They wanted it both ways, and there's only one way to have a policy. That's very definitive. Either way, that situation has been cleared up by now, and hopefully you'll take those discussion points to the bank, literally. Just know that PayPal isn't a right, and they can shut you down like that. If you have any other tips to share, you can leave a comment on Eddie's article, or of course leave a comment in the post. Feel free to share this video and or the article, just to let people be aware that this is real. It could very well happen to you if it hasn't happened already. I'm sure if it has happened, you would post a comment about that, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who aren't happy with PayPal. Me, so far, I guess I'm playing by the rules.